Hello, thanks for tuning in today. It's day 3 that Tim's been home from the hospital. I feel like we're finding a groove with his needs, chores, communication. I feel like we're having to relearn how to communicate with each other because when we were in the midst of chronic pain mode and we were in that mode for years, and what happened over those years is we really kind of pulled away from each other. I think Tim pulled away to manage his pain and his symptoms and to not be a bother to everyone else, and I pulled away because when you're living with someone with chronic pain, it's painful. And when you're in close quarters, you feel everything, all of that pain kind of seeps into the surrounding space, and everyone who's there occupying it with you feels it. So, I had conversations with the girls that we had pain sharing the household with us, and that we just had to name it for what it was. And if Daddy was feeling short or irritable or cranky or tired, that it wasn't him, it was pain. And it was easier to handle if we just called it that. But I think in that process, I personally kind of pushed him away further and further because I resented that we didn't have the normal time that most couples, at least I perceive the way most couples spend time together. He would need to go downstairs after dinner because that's the most comfortable space for him to be in. There's no humidity, it's cooler, it's quieter, it's darker. And so I just learned to accommodate. I learned to walk on eggshells. I learned to tiptoe across the floor. I learned to hush the house after 7 p.m. and after the dishes were done. Sometimes I would say, F it, and we're going to make noise, and I don't care because we all share this household together and we all have to figure this out together. So I'm kind of in a new space now, and I'm kind of ashamed to think that it took having an official diagnosis to shift my own self, my mindset, my behavior. I have worked as a therapist in the realm of chronic pain before, and so on some level I really understand it. And I've had chronic pain after the birth of my first daughter. I had it for about a year. But it's a different thing when you live with it day in and day out, year after year after year. It just becomes a lot of your identity. So I think Tim really tried to keep that quiet, but it wasn't so quiet in our home. I felt like I was kind of making excuses for why he wouldn't join for this or that event, and he just kind of removed himself more and more and more. So now, in the midst of this reframing, I'm really discovering, as he is too, that we can't polarize from each other. We have to come close to each other. I can hardly touch him because he hurts so badly. And so I'm learning to be okay with the smallest hugs that he can give. It hurts to touch his chest. It hurts to touch. He's got lesions all over his body, and so his whole body is in pain. But I'm learning that what he can give is what he can give, and I'm going to have to go elsewhere to other family members and extended family members or friends who stop by for a good bear hug, because sometimes that's what my body needs. And I'm learning to contain my frustration and not throw daggers at him. I'm an Aries, and I can get fiery, and fume and be angry, but it's a little much for him to take right now. And so I'm really shifting. And in all of that, what I'm discovering is that a diagnosis like cancer is, it's there's something in this that feels like a portal that we're going through, or a rite of passage, not unlike marriage or having a baby or walking someone through the threshold of death. A illness like this that is not curable but is treatable with varying degrees of outcome. It changes you. It changes you to partner with someone through this. It changes you to be grappling with like what, we're here for a finite period of time. And we all know that to some degree, but I don't think we fully get it until, you're like on death's door and contemplating your death because you realize that it's gonna happen. And I feel like we're kind of in the birth canal of this new experience. Like, it's dark. I don't know what's on the other side of this experience. All I know is right now I'm like responding to the contractions as they come. I'm breathing through them. I'm calling out in pain sometimes. For me, it's the emotional pain. I'm breathing with Tim as he experiences the physical pain and all that goes with, like, knowing what's ahead for him. I feel like I'm opening to a whole new level of compassion and understanding for what countless patients that I've served were actually experiencing. I said I understood, but I didn't. And it's okay that I didn't. And I know that as people draw close to us, they're going to say they understand, but they only can to the degree they've known this experience, and that's okay. So today we had a conversation about just like opening to, like people, when you go through a portal or through a rite of passage, I think people want to like accompany you there and be, reach out to you and be supportive. And then it's awkward because you don't know how to be supportive to something you've never fully experienced yourself. And so that's what we talked about today, was like the awkwardness of that, and that we who are going through this portal can be a source of comfort to those who are trying to come close. And like, it's okay that it's awkward, and it's okay to admit that it feels awkward. It's okay to not know, but what means so much to me is just like the admission of the awkwardness and the willingness to like reach out anyways, and to offer help anyways, and to say like, I'm here for whatever you need, even if this feels awkward and hard, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this. In some ways, for me, like accompanying my partner through this and going through what feels like a portal or a rite of passage for myself, I feel reservation saying like this because I don't know how it will come across, but I'm feeling twinges of what feels like privilege to witness someone grappling with life and death. and to partner with them through all that that brings, and to be contemplating that for myself on a level that I haven't had to go before. And I'm seeing crisis as opportunity, and also stretching my mind to, like, you know, what does this mean about the crises that we experience on a much, you know, like COVID, like climate change, climate disruption, like really tragic inclement weather events, you know, I think the beautiful side of humanity is that somehow we're hardwired to, like, pull together and connect with each other and support each other, and it brings out the good, it brings out the love. It's like the love that surpasses understanding and is a gel, a glue, this process is opening me to a deeper understanding of that, a deeper connection to it, and I just feel so grateful. I feel so grateful for everyone who is coming close to help in whatever way they feel moved to. I feel like through them, angels are descending and drawing near, and just in this, like, womb space with us to help us birth into what is through the other side of this for us. So thank you again for being a witness to it, for being with us in it. Thank you for your prayers and your support. Thank you for your love for our family. And please know that, you know, if the way that you can show up is through prayer and through positive vibes, that is amazing, and that is so appreciated. So we love you. I love you, and I'm grateful that you're tuning in here. It is so therapeutic for me to share this with you, and I truly hope that at some point in your own life it helps you in some way move through hard moments. Take care.